Okay, today is August 28th. This is Faye, an unneutered, unspayed, I should say, female Great Dane, about a year old, and she's here for the purposes of, I think, an evaluation and maybe some training. So what we do is I look at the dog in a neutral environment, which is this is neutral. She has no expectations here. She might think she may have expectations, and we look at her behavior in relationship to the environment and other animals, other living creatures, whether the living creature is Camille, whether it's another dog, a squirrel, and then environmental sound. Yikes. So what triggers the dog? If I drop a dog biscuit, does she have an expectation to get it?
Good.
So she's responding so far. If you look at Camille, she's very relaxed. We hooked her up with a nylon training collar, which we put on all dogs, whether it's a 10-pound dog.
Faye, leave it.
Good. Whether it's a 10-pound dog or a 110-pound dog. We keep this very simple. So we respond to the actions of the dog as the dog responds to the actions or the stimulus of its environment. So we correct bad behavior and we physically praise good behavior. It's very straightforward. I'm going to cut, we're going to go outside, and we're going to see what Faye's story is. So I don't have a lot of ideas about it. I just want to see how she responds, particularly to corrections, because corrections is a dominant type of behavior, and how willing is she to subordinate. Good. So Camille corrected her for wanting to pick up the food. So now you could say, well, we want her to subordinate. Picking up food is hunting. So I'll give her food, but she can't take food. I'll give her treats, and that's fine. But taking food, sniffing, is hunting. And she can't hunt independently, nor should any dog. So I dropped the dog. Watch what I drop.
Faye, leave it. Good. Good. Okay.
So we don't know. Like I said, we're going to move this up to other animals, to people. We're going to take her for a walk and see what goes on. Okay, good for now. Okay, today is still August 28th. We're out here with Faye. We try to find a shady spot. It's pretty hot. It's not hot, it's humid. So, you know, and Camille is checking her phone. Make sure everything's okay. She's relaxed. She's going to step out with her left and say heel. Notice no tension on the leash. About turn. Turns to the right, the dog follows, and she praises. The dog's never pulling. I'm assuming, obviously, the pet owner has done work with the dog because she's responding very good to the obedience. Fast pace. Normal. Good. Good. And we're not going to push this. She's going to slow down, come to a stop, ask her to sit. Good girl. And we tried not to talk too much. And here we are, we're looking, here come some cars, there's leaves blowing. There's a lot of external stimulation here, particularly by the railroad tracks. We have noises that we take for granted. The sounds of car engines, carbon monoxide. Camille's going to step out with her left and say heel. Good girl. Faye responds very nicely. There's no tension in Camille's body whatsoever. Left about turn. And a lot of this has to do with that. Good girl, Faye, babe. Then she's going to slow down. Now I'm going to come close to Camille. Camille's relaxed. She's wiping some drool off. Hi, babe.
Good girl, Faye.
And I make some sounds. She's a little bit nervous, but that's okay. She don't know me. I'm staring at her with a camera, and I'm making noise. Ask her to sit. So the leadership, correct a little. Now this can be viewed as me provoking her unfairly, but I see it as her accepting the leadership of Camille. So no matter what the stimulation is, the dog has to trust the decisions of the owner. So despite the fact she got nervous because I'm making some very very jerky movements, she should be concerned about me, but she should look to the leader. Heel. Left about turn. Good. Good. So we can't let her retreat into fear. Slow down. So the point, what we're doing here, we can do a number of things. She's obviously concerned about me in the camera, particularly when I start my jerky movement. So we could either allow her to retreat and Camille could make the decision to run away from me and not deal with it, or she can control the environment and control the dog and let the dog get comfortable with this particular trigger, which is the camera. All right, we're going to cut. Everything so far, the dog is very responsive. We're going to see how she interacts with other dogs. and we'll take it from there. So we look in relation to dog's worst enemy, the UPS man. The UPS and mailman. Let's get him. So that was great. Squeaky brakes. All right, I'm going to cut and we're going to go see what happens with the interaction. So now we're looking at Faye outside the field. So the Camille's not asking her to do anything, but we look to see what the dog does in relation to Camille. The dog can run away and hide in the corner. The dog can sniff, dig, pee, poop. She's going to throw a ball. So this is just normal, whatever. See where the dog's at. I could have 100 Great Danes. I don't care about the breed of the dog whatsoever. I'm looking at a dog. I don't care if it's 10 pounds or 110 pounds. I would do the same test out here with a Chihuahua to see. Look, Camille's walking. The dog is following her. Come over by me, Camille. Now, another dog might be so fearful that she burrows in the corner. Or another dog might be so confident, couldn't care less, go to dig a hole and sniff and hunt. But my friend Faye here is just kind of following Camille around. And this is all in the confines of 15 to 20 minutes. Camille's going to walk away. And we watch what the subordinate member of the pack does. Now my guess is as she got more comfortable here, she won't go near Camille. But we're making sure Camille's not calling her. Camille's just walking. And this kind of looks like what a pack of animals should be. So that's very good. The dog consciously has her mind on the leader. How did she become the leader? Not by loving her and giving her biscuits, by correcting her to sit and not to pull on the leash. And not overtly. The corrections were very simple. Notice Camille ignored her, even though the dog was looking for some level of affection. Now Camille will stop, get low, and the dog will come to her.
Hey! Look, girl, Faye!
She didn't have to do anything huge. The dog will come, she loves her. So this is all very basic stuff. The dog is doing wonderful. We're going to let her do whatever she wants, because she's on her free time. Now she's hunting something. Whether she's hunting other animal odor, and it's all good. And the pack leader is not getting emotionally involved with the dog. Good. Okay, now what we're going to do is just introduce a dog. We don't just throw them in and see what happens. We watch the behavior of the dogs in association now with other dogs. So Christine is going to open the fence, but look at Camille. Is relaxed. This is who? Max. So Max isn't so relaxed. Max don't know what the hell's going on. And then my friend here, she just turns around. She's certainly not overtly aggressive. Nothing's changed. She has interest in another dog. Gee, so do I. We looked at it, but she's not shaking. Her ears are good. Her tail is good. Just get a little closer. Then we let that dog hunt around. And this is just a male. I don't know. A little closer. And it's not, notice we're not nervous. And I'm sure this is going to be fine. Now the question is, how quickly can Camille redirect? So she's just going to ask Faye to heel and go the other way.
Yep.
And it's a little hot. We're not going to push this. And then make an about turn. And you're going to heel right by old Max. And if she shows too much interest, she's going to correct. Good. Praise, praise, praise. She didn't even look at her. About turn. Now there's Jet. No problem. All right. I'm going to cut for a minute. Now, again, this is a controlled introduction, but it's not a human introduction. I don't say, Faye, meet Max. Max is this, Max is that. I watch the dog. The truth is told, Max is more concerned about Faye than Faye is of Max in this environment. Sometimes we talk about leash aggression. Sometimes dogs are fine when they're off a leash. So Max may feel that he's restrained and has to be nice with Faye. Good girl, Faye. Good. You can drop Max's leash. So just by that restraint, sometimes now she comes voluntarily over to smell Faye's butt. But when she's attached to it, tethered to a human, we have this phenomenon called leash aggression. Now, Faye is tolerating this fine. If she went to mount him, maybe she wouldn't tolerate that. That's understandable, isn't it? So without the leadership of without leadership, they just can't. Hi, baby. And she's got to deal with me. She's still concerned with me about the damn camera. So she's still holding that grudge that was developed 5 minutes ago. So I love her, but there's no tension. We're not stressed out. I'm not like this. We have to take good doggy, good girl, baby girl, good girl. She don't love me. She loves Camille. So far. Anyway, just pan over and look at Maxie. Good. So as soon as we dropped Max's leash, Max got more comfortable because now she can run. He can do whatever he wants. And maybe later we'll put him in a play group. And this is how we roll. Meaning we keep adding dogs to the pack. But it's always done under supervision. Unless we're 100% certain of a dog's demeanor, do we allow them to just play. We just don't throw them into a play group. So today is a good day for Faye, in my opinion. Thank you. Okay, obviously this crate is a little small for Faye, but we're doing this for demonstration purposes. The only time we feed dogs is when they're in their den. And that's the only time they get treats. Obviously, as again, this crate should be slightly larger, not much larger. And then when the dog is crated, then there's no chance, obviously, of it hurting itself or anyone else. Camille's going to open the crate, and we don't let them come out without permission. Okay?
Okay.
When she gets low, she loves.
Good.
And then that's good for today. Great. So I'm very impressed. Obviously, she's a little skittish around certain noises and sounds. And images, like me. Hey!
In the doorway.
The doorway, enclosed confined spaces. It's all natural. We got to just teach her that it's okay, that the pack leader will deal with it. She just needs to look at the leader. Okay, enough said. Blah, blah.